I'm going to show how to calibrate a joystick for use in DAM 4.0. When the program first opens, the Quick Select window is displayed. At the bottom left is a button that says Calibrate with a picture of a DualShock Logitech controller on it. I'll click that button and that opens the joystick calibration window. Here you'll see various gadgets that we can click to tell it which one we're calibrating at the time, along with a display showing the position. The top part are the proportional controls. They relate to the dual sticks that are available on this controller. And down below are different buttons that we can assign. So I'm going to do the elevator first. I'm doing the elevator on the right proportional stick, and I want it to be up and down in the motion, so I click to calibrate and I pull it all the way back and then push it all the way forward. Pulling back is the up direction, pushing forward is the down direction, and once you've done that a couple of times, DAM has looked at the controller's input and it's established the range properly for that stick. Let's do the same thing for the aileron. I want it on the right lower stick, and so I want it on the horizontal movement, so I move it to the left and I move it to the right, all the way in both directions a couple of times, and DAM looks at the controller and figures it out. If when you push left it goes to the right, you can turn on the reverse flag if you want to. Let's do the rudder. I'm doing the left stick. I'm pulling it all the way to the left and pushing all the way to the right a couple of times, and DAM has recorded its range. Each joystick will be slightly different, so this is important. Throttle. The Logitech DualShock has a self-centering stick on the left side. I want the throttle on the left going up and down, and so I want the low setting at the center position and the high at the full. So I'm pushing it all the way forward and letting it center, and pushing it all the way forward and letting it center, and that's good for the throttle. The bottom half of the throttle won't have any effect other than to just be all at zero. Let's look at for the flaps and the auxiliary slider. I tend to use only what's on the on-screen controller, so I won't assign those to anything, and I only have 4 proportionals on the joystick on this DualShock. But let's look at the retracts. Now I want to assign them to button number 3, which is on the far right of this controller. So I click on retracts and I press the 3. And all you have to do is once. I did a couple of times just for illustration. You'll notice that I have the latch turned on. When I click on the retracts button, I want the retracts to pull up into the aircraft and stay there until I push it again. So the latch lets me do it in that fashion. Let's do the smoke. I want the smoke on button number 4 on the face that's at the top of the right side. I'm pressing the button a couple of times, and now the smoke will turn on and stay on when I push button number 4, and it'll turn off again when I push button number 4 a second time. For the guns and weaponry, I use the auxiliary buttons 1 through 6. I'm going to set my guns for the button on the top left back of the controller, or front, called number 5, and I turn that on and I press the button a couple of times. It is now going to look at that button for any function in the program that uses auxiliary button number 1. You can do a similar task with all the other buttons here, and that's really all there is to calibrating your joystick in DAM 4.0.